Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today bringing you 3 replays in 3 different tanks. At the moment I've been just going through pretty much all my tanks and just going, right, I actually fancy playing that tank, so we'll go out in it. And this hence why you're seeing a big rarity of different tanks. Rather than the same ones over and over again, as I try to, get XP for them or silver or whatever, or whatever reason I would play the same tank over and over again. And the J Panther is the first replay today. It's not a particularly spectacular replay, I must admit, guys. It is a first class, so it's obviously not a bad game by any means, but we are a tier 7 at the end of the day. We can see someone pushing down a tree over there. And to be honest, that the area I'm kind of shooting is a place where a lot of tanks just camp. So we're just taking speculative shots over there. And we're moving every time. Because if there's someone over there, they might be honing in on where I'm firing from. So we are moving every time we shoot. And it's been a very long time since I played the J Panther. It's still a decent TD, and you can see. I mean, just looking at the ammo count, some tanks you just notice that these. I haven't gotten any rounds. I can't really be just wasting shots here. But this one, as you can see, loads of ammunition. So we are just taking loads of pot shots at the moment. Now. Obviously, disadvantage here, where we can see, there we go. We finally hit one of the tanks that was camping there. We take another shot. Obviously, probably not going to still be there, but we'll see. It's a non-turreted TD. I'm not a big fan of non-turreted TDs. They're just not flexible enough these days. They're just not particularly all that competitive. And we get our first little customer first thing up. We are trying to push ourselves down here, so we got less for the enemy to shoot at, and of course we bounced that round. We should have loaded premium from the get-go. We got premium now, but can we finish him off? Not quite. He's got 23 health left. That's really quite annoying. So hence why we load premium. HE to try to finish him off. All we have to do is splash him, but he's gone back down, and I expect him not to be showing his face anytime soon with such little hit points. As you can see, our team is losing at this point in time by quite a bit, and that is part of the problem with this tank is to have a good game with a non-turreted TD. You have to have your team kind of lose a little bit, or at least have the enemy push heavily. We're waiting for him to get side on because we haven't got premium. He's a tier higher than us, and we might bounce normal rounds. Unfortunately, we get a shot put into us and he gets away from us, unfortunately. So we pull back behind this thing. We're going to get pushed at this point, I think. I'm going to try to help this TD that's on the other side, and then I realise actually he's probably not getting shot at. And yeah, there it is. And we put a shot into him, but we get most of our hit points taken by, I think it was artillery there, which is fantastic. We love artillery, don't we? Just sitting at the back, not doing anything, not having to face any consequences for doing that kind of damage. So we're going to sit here and wait for the enemy. And we've got a full health light tank coming in on us. He's concentrating on the artillery. And he's just facing us straight on. And the artillery does manage to put a shot into him. We finish him off, and then we kind of pull back. We want to help support this artillery at this point, because there's going to be people pushing us now. I am on low health. The artillery is artillery, so they can put. And he has actually been tracked there. We have another TD that's actually coming in to help, which is nice. We've still got the premium loaded. Seeing what that, I think it was a brass that spotted us. Of course, the artillery is always aiming for us anyway. Oh, it's a Stern Panzer. Sorry, that's the TD Stern Panzer. Probably don't need premium rounds for him. Just waiting for him to back up, to be honest, but he's tracked. And he's pushing. Okay. Unfortunately, that shot would have killed him, but someone else finished him off beforehand. We've come in to help support this guy. We've got the premiums loaded. He's side on, so I don't know why he's still side on. We're going for the weak spot. We do pen it. We go for the HE round to finish him off, but it's alright because they're Panzerjäger that's back in base somehow managed to get a shot on him. I'm not sure how, to be honest. But we've actually started to win this game. And we've got just under 3,000 combined. So that's not bad. The artillery's still going for us. Yeah, and we're pretty annoyed by the artillery by this point, and we just want to say goodbye to it. Right, we wait until it looks like the artillery has lost interest in us, and maybe targeting someone else instead. And we start to push up a little bit. It looks like the TD has been spotted on the other flank, so all we have to worry about is the heavy and the 2 artillery. Now, obviously, we are in pretty low hit points. We do not want to be taking any artillery hits. And again, there's the heavy. We actually can get shots on this guy. Want to try to track him? We do. And we finish him off. So we've got lovely 3 kills there, and about 3,500 combined in a tier 7 is nothing to be sniffed at. But it looks like the artillery are actually sitting on the other flank, which is quite unfortunate. These little things in the middle of the map are kind of annoying. You have to go around them. I'm hoping the other artillery is sitting at the back, so I really would like a good shot on one of these guys. One of the other artillery is making a run for it. Not sure what he's thinking is going to happen there. Maybe he's trying to go for our artillery. So we're going to push up into the middle, and yeah, that artillery is, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get any shots on any of these artillery, which is such a shame because they would cause us so much hassle. Anyway, that's the first game over. Just got about 3,500 combined there, guys. Pretty good. And we come second on the team in the first class mastery. We did lose a little bit of silver, but we were loading quite a bit of premium for some of these tanks. Anyway, see you in the next match, guys. Right, next match is in the mouse, and I'm know what you're thinking. Yeah, don't see this tank very often, and there's a good reason for it. It is a super heavy. Artillery makes mincemeat of it. Every other tank can get around it pretty quickly and pen it with premium rounds. It's a pretty useless tank. But you know what? I do kind of still enjoy playing it. Now, this, obviously, if I'm in this kind of tank, I'm just praying I see a city map. And now, unfortunately, they have taken Ghost Town off rotation for tier 10s, and I just think, what? Why? Totally ridiculous idea. We need more city maps for people who like to play heavy tanks like this. But we're going to make the most out of this this bad RNG of map, because what else can you do? As soon as I saw this, I was like, great, terrible. But then I did see that we didn't have any artillery in the game, which is very nice. We've got a AFK or disconnected light tank, which is not good. But luckily, we've had a very good start to the game. We've got 2 enemy light tanks already taken out. But we've not even got into position yet. We've got nowhere near any enemy tanks to actually shoot at them. Now this is obviously the problem with these super heavies. You got to get into a position where you can actually not get shot at from the sides and the flanks. And unfortunately, this little valley is the only kind of position you can really take your mouse, really. And of course, it's a terrible position because you can get shot down on. You've got very limited space compared to the rest of the map. It's just not a nice place. But we are hoping that a lot of the targets we see have no idea or how to take on a mouse, because that mouse, you don't see it very often. Obviously, like I said, there's a very good reason for that. But what it does mean is there's people who kind of forget where and how to deal with a mouse. Because it's been such a long time since they've seen one, or if there might be some new players who've not even seen a mouse. That's how uncommon they are. If I see a mouse on the enemy team, I'm just thinking, oh, that's a lot of nice hit points I can have. And of course, that E100 has finally spotted what's shooting him. As you can see, we've got quite a long reload. He's angling far too up there. But we actually switch positions and go for the lower plate, and we hit the bar in between so that don't go out very well. But we load the premium, and again we fluff that shot and hit the middle bar. Of course we do. We load our secondary gun and actually do some damage to that light tank. And he rams into us, so thank you very much for that. We're getting shot in from behind, but we're going to ignore that. And of course, we hit his tracks with the smaller gun. And this guy is now, okay. He just not sure what he was expecting to do. Of course, he's trying to get around us, and he does get around us. But now he's just ignoring us because he knows he can't do much towards us. We got this secondary gun. It's a terrible little gun. We've loaded full. The only way to use it is to load full premium, and even then, you're going to bounce 90% of your shots. I'm not sure why they've introduced that, but actually, in this game, it was actually quite helpful. I actually did do a little bit of damage with it. We've got 4 kills and 3,500 damage, and as you can see, over 3,000 blocking damage, which is what this tank should be doing, really, and if not more. But we have taken a few shots, but we've still got plenty of hit points left. Unfortunately, is the mopping up stage of this match, and we are going to struggle to get any more damage because we are just not going to reach the targets in time. There's only 1 target left. Now I'm guessing he might be back in the spawn area, maybe AFK, and if he gets spotted, can we actually get any damage on him? And we do get a bit of damage on him. Now, there's literally no point in us getting any closer because we'll probably fluff our shots. Another shot into him. This annoying guy is in our way. And we bounce that shot because this guy is making us hit us the more rounded part of the turret. So that was a bit unfortunate. We could have got maybe a 5th kill there. But we get 4,500, which for a tier 10 is not like an absolutely humongous game. But for a mouse, this is pretty damn good game. We lost quite a bit of silver, but it's just the way you have to play this tank, unfortunately. Right, last game is in a tier 7, the Tiger P. Again, it's a tank I've not used since I actually went through the line, I don't think. I had to buy equipment for it and resupply it with more premium rounds and stuff like that. It's another tank that's got loads of ammunition. I do come across this tank when I'm playing other tanks, so I do know this has got pretty decent frontal armor for its tier. And we are on Ghost Town, so this is going to suit this tank nicely. Right, we're just waiting for anybody. There seems to be a lot of enemy tanks on that side of the map. And this light tank's just yellowing because, you know, typical light tank player. It's an ISM, which is equally well armored, so we have to be loading the premium rounds for him when he comes around the corner. This TD, I don't know what he is right now. And it's in the 80s, so yes, probably right call to load the premium rounds. We put in a lovely shot into him. And looks like I'm being aimed at. What is aiming at me? This is the IS-2. He pulls back. Put a lovely shot into him anyway, and the artillery's looking in my direction, so no thank you. I'll be pulling back. Unfortunately, missed that shot. We don't need premium rounds for that, but we do need premium rounds for the Tiger 1 over there. Try to track him. Unfortunately, we don't, but we do another bit of damage, which is absolutely fine. It does happen to be, I think, a duo of Tiger 1s over there. That is not good because they are good tanks. They've got great DPM. Wait for him to give us his frontal armor. And another shot into these guys. These have got quite a lot of hit points as well to be playing with, so... And we're just pumping them full of shots. 1,600 damage so far into this game, and these guys are coming out now. I'm trying to put my frontal armor a bit more towards them now, but he does get a shot into me there. I still don't really want to fully commit to aiming my frontal armor to these guys because there are tanks on the other side of me here. And he just keeps poking, and I just keep putting shots into him. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He actually does hit me, but, you know, I don't mind taking that hit because I actually take him out of the game. And we should bounce a premium round off that tier 5. Now that's... hit his ammo. He's probably, again, we'll try to track him, but... doesn't work out, but we managed to put another shell into this guy, and the game's pretty much all over. I was hoping to finish this guy off, but looks like he might get finished off before we get there, so we don't even bother. We're trying to see where the rest of the team is, and we finally put in some normal rounds, so we're facing mainly tier 7s there. See if we can do any more damage to these last 3 remaining guys. It was pretty much a one-sided battle, this one. And I pretty much helped take out a lot of those tier 7s. We put a lovely shot into the side of that light tank. We don't need premiums for enemies. These guys, nice shot into that guy. Can we finish him off? He's just not... of course. Fluffed the killing shot up. But he does decide to give us a better shot on him. Finish him off. And that light tank just gets behind cover. Unfortunately. And then he comes out. Again, we missed that one, unfortunately. Anyway, if you did like the video, guys, please subscribe and give us a like, because we're bringing more replays like this in the future. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.